Hello, stepfathers. How do we deal with biological fathers? And this video has nothing to do with high conflict biological fathers, because we don't deal with those. We let the spouse deal with them. We keep close to our spouse. We support our spouse, but we don't add an unwanted variable like ourselves in the picture, because it's pointless. We're just going to dump fuel on the fire, and until the high conflict bio dad comes to more meek manners, it's really pointless that we get involved. So how do we deal? What do we do? How do we relate to a well-natured, well-mannered biological father? The answer, in my opinion, is very simple. We do what we would like to be done to us if our bio kids were raised by somebody else, by another stepfather. What does this mean? This means that we make ourselves available. We don't badmouth the bio dad. We realize that he's not part of our family, so we're not best buddies. No need to be. We can be very courteous, very caring to one another, but unless there is a very, very strong bond, which there could be, because we're both men of goodwill. We are both fathers, either bio or step. So unless there is very, very good chemistry, and unless our spouse is at ease with having her former husband, and if you are at ease with having her former husband around, then cordial encounters are fine, but I wouldn't be barbecuing every Sunday together, because it would be kind of awkward. Maybe not. It's up to your preference. You have to evaluate how comfortable you are, how comfortable she is, and how comfortable he is with being around his kids, his ex-wife, and so on, and her new husband, and so on and so forth. So overall, be cordial. Never, ever badmouth the bio dad in front of the kids. Encourage respect from the kids. Ask if he likes to be kept in the loop of school progress, sports activities, and so on and so forth. Ask your spouse before anybody else how comfortable she is with communication and the like, because remember, your core asset of the family is your couple, you and her. You and her have to be on the same page at all times. She is your North Star. She is your guiding light. She is your compass of how anything related to her kid's dad is about to go down, because she has to be comfortable with every decision. And since you have to be on the same page at all times, because that's the core about a well-rounded family, you have to be on the same page. If you're not on the same page on anything, you're going to have headaches down the line. So since she has to be the one that's most comfortable with the way matters are handled around and regarding her former husband and the father of her kids, you have to be on the same page with her, and then she has to also be comfortable. She has to tell you, I want you to share school info, or I want to be the one sharing info with their dad. It's really up to her. So basically, how do we handle fathers, biological fathers of the kids we are raising? We ask our significant other how she wants to have this thing go down. Again, you could want to be, because you could actually get really well along with with the bio dad of the kids you're raising, but that doesn't mean jack. If she's not comfortable, you're not comfortable. If she's not happy, you're not happy. You don't get a say in this, because it's an added variable that she needs to control, that the kids before you do need to control. They have to also be comfortable with what is shared with dad and what is not shared with dad. That is, they get a say. The mother gets to veto it or to approve it. If they think that they don't want their dad to know of their poor school results, but the mother does, you listen to what your spouse or your significant other thinks is best. So the guiding light, to recap this short video, is how do we deal with fathers, biological fathers of the kids we're raising? We go along with what your significant other has to say about how this relationship is managed, provided it's not high conflict, because in that way we don't engage. I hope this helps a little bit of give you a little bit of clarity how to approach this subject, which is not automatic in its inception. It's not like, okay, I decide which way I do this and which way I do that, because that's not the way it works. You don't decide, she decides. She guides the relationship with her former spouse. And let's not anyone say that we don't let women tell us what we ought to do and what we ought not to do, because we've got our own attributes, and I'm a man and I do what I want. You want to do what you want? Leave, live in a cave, live on your own, and then decide to behave like a caveman, like I've seen a few people express themselves this way. You're not in a relationship alone. You are not an island. Don't behave like one. If you feel that you want to be your own God, you're free to do that. You just have to leave. If you live in a relationship that involves other people, you take other people's point of view in consideration. Otherwise, you leave. You go stick yourself on top of a mountain, and off you go. Again, stepfathers, listen to your significant other, because that's who you love. That is who you decided to spend this period of your life with. And without her, you wouldn't be there. You wouldn't have stepkids. You wouldn't raise somebody else's kids. So she is your North Star. Stepfathers, cheers, Godspeed, have a great one, and till next time, take care.